Good morning, y'all.
What's
Good
up?
morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I am Jurgen Robinson. This is Talent Talk. With me today is also
You're
anyone.
pointing to the wrong side of the screen.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Can it be this way?
It's your boy Steve, and right down below we've got.
I'm Davina, and to my
There we go.
left, right.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Woo woo.
So
And Nora's with me.
Hi, Nora. Nora is so amazing in the back. Megan, welcome on. We are guest hosting. Megan is guest hosting with us. She is one of our brokers with us, our John's Got Talent, and she's with our Lacey office. And we are just super happy to be able to come to you guys this morning. So
yes, social media queen.
yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So we'll
I'm
talk
excited.
later about what some stuff you got coming up too. But we're gonna talk sewers today, right?
That's what our scopes are set on.
We're talking.
Good morning, Donna.
Morning,
Hey,
Donna.
Donna. So yeah, we've got a guest that is waiting for us backstage. Steve, I know we're kind of going round robin, and he's got a time limit, and so this is going to be a quick punch to get information out to you guys. And so, shall we go ahead and introduce and bring him on?
Well, first, before we do that, do we want to do the trivia question?
Oh yes, we do have trivia, don't we?
Yeah.
Ooh, trivia is my favorite. All right. So which material is not a component in a sewer pipe? We've got A, stoneware, B, asbestos, C, crushed diamond, D, wood, or E, clay.
Put your answers in the comments.
Right. Wow.
Okay.
So we are talking sewers, and actually specifically about sewer scoping. So the guests that we have on today, this is something that they've been around for a while. I feel like they're becoming more prevalent. But today we have our guest who has been in the sewer scope industry for about 14 years. He is locally owned business grew up in the South, well, let's call this Lewis County area now, lives in Thurston County, started a business, and has really owned this and grown this. And so we are really honored to bring him in to the show today. We are welcoming Clayton Ashley with Sewer Cam.
Good morning. Thank you.
Welcome, Clayton. We are going to talk about some dirty stuff today, right? No, just kidding.
We're going to get knee deep in it.
Right. So, also, thank you so much for coming on and joining us, and just really kudos for you. We had a conversation, and you started this business really wanting to make a change and start something that's really grown. And you've got offices from the way north to the way south, and your coverage area is huge. And you can talk a little bit about that. But getting right into it, what is a sewer inspection?
So we run a camera down the sewer line to make sure that it's not broken or blocked up with tree roots are the two primary things. Third, most important thing would be to look at the material. And Olympia has a lot of material called Orangeburg, which is wrapped up tar paper, which is prevalent to fail also.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah, that is interesting.
With when I go to my toilet and I flush it, it flushes. And I feel good and I feel confident about that. If my toilet flushes all right and my drains drain okay, why do I actually need a sewer scope then?
Well, the most common failure we find is an actual hole in the sewer line where it's washing the dirt away. And it can become quite large. And if it's underneath, say, a concrete driveway, you won't know it till something heavy drives on it and it all collapses in. So that's the primary reason, is the toilet's still flushing, the water's still running, but there's actually a problem developing downstream.
Yeah, but can I just call the city and they're going to take care of it?
No, you own the side sewer out to the city main in the street, except for Fircrest and Tumwater. Those two cities are different. they take ownership at the curb or the sidewalk. But everywhere else, Olympia, Tacoma, Seattle, you own the whole side sewer out under the street.
Okay. Clayton, we're talking about Thurston, count a lot of, Olympia, Lacey, and there's like a lot of septic systems. So with septics, would you recommend doing a sewer scope on septic system?
So I don't typically, because the septic line is usually about 10 to 15 feet long. And so you have like a 4-second video. And some new people have gotten into the inspections lately, and they're all pushing septic inspections. And I just don't feel it's worthwhile use of the customer's money. It's such a short video that it's really not worth it. And I hardly ever find anything wrong with septic, so it's just not worth it.
Okay.
So you mentioned some of the problems that you're finding. How often are the problems revealed during the inspections?
So what we found, we've been doing it 14 years. We've done 20,300 inspections or so. So the averages basically work out to about 1 in 5 is broken and needs to be repaired. Not necessarily the whole thing needs to be replaced, but a spot repair. Or about 3 in 5 have tree roots in them, maybe 2 in 5, somewhere like that. And so they need to have a service, a root cleaning done to them.
Gotcha. With my limited knowledge, right? It would seem really easy. Okay, yeah, you just get a camera and you just kind of put it down there, and you see what you see, and that's it. But I'm thinking it's probably not as easy as that, and there's something more needed for the actual technician. So what type of certification or training does the technician need to go through?
I bought a franchise. I bought a hydrophysics franchise 14 and a half years ago, and I went to Denver and did a couple of weeks of training. And then I came back, and as I've grown the business and hired people, I usually do about 6 weeks of training, and I've had about half the people fail. The primary thing is when we find a problem with the camera has a radio beacon in it, and we can go out and locate that and tell you where the problem is, so you can get bids to fix it and how deep the pipe is. And many people cannot do the locate. And I've found some home inspectors are buying cameras lately, and they've identified a problem, but they can't locate it. And so I've had to go through quite a few people just to keep technicians that can actually do all of the job.
That's good, because you know what? And you're doing such a good job with the round robin questions. You're just taking them and going with it. So you actually sent something ahead of time. When we're talking about blockages, not all blockages are the same. And it's quite a graphic that we're looking at here. What are we looking at here?
So the top left is a complete separation of a pipe right outside the house. And that's typically the most common failure we see is the top left and the bottom left. The pipe comes out of the house and usually either turns towards the street or towards the alley, and it either falls off the end of the cast iron pipe from the house, or it wears a big hole in the pipe like that. And I have concrete erosion on this flyer 3 times because that's the most common thing we see. The concrete pipe just wears out.
Man.
Wow. So
and the top, can we leave the flyer up a bit?
Absolutely.
The top right is tree roots. The pipe diameter is 4 inches there, and there's an opening about 3/4 of an inch remaining. And it was actually still working, but it was just about ready to back up into the house.
Yeah. When I first saw these pictures, I did not know we were looking into a sewer pipe. I thought we were going somewhere else.
Right?
And the bottom right is my mascot. That was
I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
That was in Ballard.
Oh.
It almost looks like there's somebody in there.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
My mascot's in there.
Mickey, the mascot.
Yeah. It was actually quite large. It was probably 18 inches long. It was a big one. It doesn't look like it in that picture, but that was rather large.
Okay, I see. I see now.
You got to zoom in there pretty close to view that.
Wow. Okay.
So Clayton, what's the average cost of doing a sewer scope on the typical home?
So we charge $225 normally. About 10% of the time, we do not find an access into the sewer, so we have to take the toilet off, and that's $35 more. We do a military discount for $205 instead. So 90 times out of 100, it's $225. Even nothing else.
And out of turn, I mean, what's that compared to the cost of repairing it?
So
Like if you find out and it goes and it cracks or breaks and you have an actual issue.
So the probably the average cost of a repair is around $5,000 to $8,000. We've definitely found repairs in the $35,000 range. Some very significant. Some homes, and actually it's common in Olympia, they'll run a sewer 300 feet down to another street, and if it's broken and worn out concrete, you're going to have to replace all of that. It's going to be very expensive. But usually, like I said, it's the corner right outside the house. It's 3 feet deep. You got to dig down and put in a new corner, and that's about $3,000 to $5,000.
So $200 for peace of mind.
Yes.
I'm sure that you've seen some stuff during your times in the industry. So can you tell us some of the most bizarre or memorable inspections that can come to mind?
So for me, I did a house in Des Moines up on a hill, beautiful place, but it was stuck in the 1960s, had a big giant fireplace, and it was just right out of the movies from the 1960s. And I went down that one. There was a nice plastic bag with white powder in it. And so I just went on by the, huh?
Oh, nothing.
Somebody got caught. Somebody got caught. It was a big party house, and somebody got caught in a party and flushed it, I guess. And then the other thing I saw was false teeth. Both upper and lower false teeth were in the sewer line somehow. I have no idea how they got in there.
Wow.
So many comments.
Wow. No. Oh gosh, this has been so good. So, I know that you've got some appointments and you've got some sewers to cam here shortly, and so we're going to let you get going on your day. But if there's any questions that anyone has regarding sewer scopes, if they need to have one, one of the things that we do, or we make sure people know that we're working with, is that they can get a sewer scope on the home that they're purchasing if they need to. So how does anyone get more information, and where should they go to contact you, Clayton?
So I have a website that's fairly informative. We have a lot of examples and such on the website. That's sewercam.net. And then the phone number is 360-628-1782. And you can call or text that number. It's a cell phone. And I have somebody in the office there taking calls. I wanted to say, we touched on before we went live, the Orangeburg tar paper. And that's common in Olympia and South Tacoma. And nobody really understands about it. It's a pipe that almost every one of them is failing. And most of them just haven't quite failed yet. They're about to fail. And it's actually tar paper that was wrapped up and baked, and it forms gases between the layers of paper, and they swell up and block the pipe. And the pipe actually gets soft from the groundwater and squishes down flat too. So it's a fairly common problem, primarily off of North Street around the high school in through there. And a lot of that neighborhood is Orangeburg tar paper.
Wow.
That's super informative.
Yeah,
That really is, because that's a popular area, and I didn't even think about the sewer scope in that area. We're having that Orangeburg. Yeah, interesting. Wow.
I didn't know that the pipes would get gas on their own. I thought we gave them gas.
Usually actually the sewer scope is fairly clean unless there is a problem. So 80% of the stuff we do is usually just an empty pipe. There's nothing.
Good
to know. But if it's a problem, it really helps to understand that, and could save thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. It sounds like.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome, Clayton. Well, thank you for joining us, and
Well, thank you for the invitation.
Oh, no worries. And we'll look to connect with you here soon, and have a wonderful Monday.
All right, you too. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
Clayton.
bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Wow, Orangeburg tar paper.
You know, I've been doing this for a little while now, and it wasn't until about last year when I first heard about Orangeburg paper in a sewer, and I had to really research it. But it's a real thing. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at Nora.
Got Baby Bold making an appearance this
Yes.
morning.
I
Right.
love that baby bowl.
Awesome. We Nora is amazing. So on our business meeting, she takes us out. You know, we do our Be Bold. She takes us out every week, so it's pretty awesome. And we'll have her take us out today too.
Yes.
That'll be fun. We do have our trivia question as well, that we can see who knows the answer to.
Yeah. What was that question again? Ah, there it is.
So which material is not a component in a sewer pipe? Which material is not a component in a sewer pipe? Our choices are stoneware, asbestos, crushed diamond, and wood or clay.
I was surprised by the answer to this one.
Actually, some of these answers, like wood is one answer, but there's only one. Crushed diamond sounded a little expensive. Wood sounds cheap. Casey's saying wood. Donna's saying C. I think that's wood.
No, that's the crushed diamond. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And then
if
there's some bling blingers out there that might throw in some crushed diamond.
Well, if it's a crushed diamond, I might just go with a honey pot and just take the pipe.
Right. Your sewer line is more expensive than the house. So the answer, do we want to give the answer right now?
Yeah.
If you guess,
Nora says yes.
crushed diamond, you are correct.
Yay!
I'm so disappointed. If it was crushed diamond, I think I was going to switch to a honey pot.
Oh
man, that's like flushing money down the toilet to put crushed diamond in the sewer pipe, right?
Actually, that's flushing stuff into the money.
Yeah, right.
That pipe would last forever, though.
Yeah, I'm just having to watch my language when I'm saying stuff. I mean,
Same.
So, no, that's really good. So we're moving forward from our sewer inspection. We've got some updates and information to share, don't we?
Yes, we do. So a couple of quick things that we just wanted to mention that are coming up this week and things to look forward to. Tomorrow we have a Jumpstart training class where if you're wanting to kind of know what real estate is and want to get a feel for what real estate brokers do, check out our Jumpstart real estate class. That's tomorrow at 5:30. We also have a career night going on tomorrow at 5:30. Career night, if you're looking or thinking about getting your real estate license and you want to know what that entails, like the costs, and just kind of get a glimpse and ask any questions on what it is to get into real estate and get a real estate license, that's going to be going on tomorrow at 5:30 as well. For our brokers, our John L. Scott brokers, we have our Wednesday business meeting from 9 to 10, and we have a guest speaker coming in, and they are from WaFed, and we will be talking about bridge loans at our office meeting. So if you're another broker out in another office and you want to find out more about it, come check us out. We'll get to an invite to our business meeting. Also, we have our Friday forms class, 9 to 10. You could register on any of these classes at our website. Also on Friday, we have our Friday market update with Jurgen and Davina, and they'll be going over new listings coming on the market. And now we can even talk about our open houses, because we can do open houses, and also what's going on in the market, and the kind of what's going on, home sales, listings, closings, all that good stuff.
All the news you can use.
All the news you can use, and then also just Facebook Friday, where we bring in someone within the industry to talk about pertinent issues that are going on in the real estate industry, and that's on our Facebook page. Okay.
Right. That's right. And there is also, last not least, Megan, if you want to talk about, you've got a branding class, and in the beginning we said, social media queen is up in the house, and one of the things that you are going to be hosting a workshop class coming up. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I would love to talk about this. It's my favorite topic. So I have a class coming up for realtors in our area that is going to teach you how to stand out in the sea of agents. I feel like there's somebody whose brothers, sisters, grandmas, aunt, whoever is a realtor that they know. And how can you put yourself in a position where they're going to choose you without question over, the 10 other people that they might know in the industry? And the way to do that is to really stand out in your branding and sharing your brand message to make these really strong connections and grow trust with your audience before they even decide to make that step into buying or selling real estate. So I put together a workshop. It's a full-on course that is going to teach you how to change your mindset, how to discover your personal brand, how to start building this type of foundation so you can start to grow that like, know, and trust factor with your audience through social media, through your marketing, through every interaction that somebody has with you. So this sounds like a lot, and it kind of is a lot to take in. So we have a preview class that we're hosting, which is an hour-long preview class to tell you what you can expect from the workshop. You'll take away some information from the preview class itself. The preview class will be hosted 4 times, starting March 9th at 5 p.m. We've got one on March 19th at 2:30 p.m., one on March 24th at 1 p.m., and one on March 27th, which is a Saturday, at 9 a.m. So there is a time that will most likely work for your schedule to come check out this preview class, see what it's all about, see if this workshop is for you, and learn how to change your mindset around your branding so you can start connecting and growing trust with your audience today.
Hey, Megan, so much of when people get started on something, there's a philosophy like fake it till you make it. But that's not what you're talking about, right?
Absolutely not. It's the complete opposite of that. If you are trying to be someone that you're not supposed to be and try to show up as who you think you need to be in your marketing, you aren't ever going to grow that trust with your audience. Perfect example is I have my 2.5-year-old daughter with me right now for this today. And, part of me freaks out about that. Like, I want to be professional. I don't want to have my toddler in the background nagging at me. But I've decided to create my business identity, my brand around the fact that I'm a mother. This is my life. And of course, I'm still going to be professional, but I'm going to let people in and see other parts of my life so that they can relate to that. And it just makes me connect and trust so much deeper with my audience.
Yeah, that's strong, because a lot of people are afraid, feel like they have to be someone else, but you're not talking about being someone else. You're talking about more fully being yourself.
Exactly. We all have a personal brand already. And so people already think things when they see us. They think and say words about us, when we're not around. And we have the power to kind of grow that personal brand and that perception in a way that we want to, right? And so by being yourself and choosing to show up as who you are instead of who you think you're supposed to be, you can actually teach people how to perceive you, what to say about you, and they'll start to really relate to you just by being who you are. It takes so much pressure off. And one of the biggest things with especially agents is social media and the pressure that comes along with social media. Your graphics have to look perfect. You want to, stand out on your social media by doing what everybody else is doing. And that's why we have so much confusion about what to post on social media, because we're trying to keep up with everyone else's doing. So there's a way to kind of balance who you are, your brand, along with what is trending and what everyone else is doing, because in a way we need to show up in that way as well. But there's a really easy way to make a strategy where you can show up confidently, consistently, intentionally, and still get the results better than before on your social media.
Should I just wait until I'm absolutely perfect?
No, people don't want to see perfection. You will scare people off. They'll be intimidated. You want to be, I mean, look at me. I'm like hushing my toddler, but that's connecting with somebody out there who's also trying to work with the toddler in the background, right? People want to connect with people. They want to see that you're vulnerable, that you're a person too. They don't want you to be perfect, buttoned up, professional at all times. They'll never relate to you.
That's good. So talking about keeping it real, and which is, your one of your slogans, that is definitely, you're really living into that. And even we see that today. And that's really encouraging because, we always want to put our best out, but our best does not mean it has to be perfect. And perfection is really subjective, right? So your perfect you is definitely not going to be the same perfect person as someone else, and your perfect you is being a mom, being engaged, and so that's great. Thank you, Megan, for sharing. And again, your class is coming up. There's 4 different preview classes that are coming up. The actual workshop is going to be, is it in April?
It will be in April, and so dates and times and everything like that will be announced soon. I kind of want to see how the preview class goes to find what time frame works best for people, because we really want to make this something that will benefit you, something that you can take a lot out of, and in a time frame where you're able to, really show up and take in all of the knowledge. So stay tuned sometime in April.
Nice.
Awesome. And so if you want to join in, which we highly recommend joining in on the preview class, because you're going to get a nugget, you can check out our events tab. And then also in the comments, there is a link to that so that you can also sign up as well. So excited.
Yeah, one of the things I love too, Megan, is that what you've set up is actionable. They're going to actually walk away making progress. And, you mentioned about, it's not perfection. One of the things I love to say is, it's about progress over perfection. We're always moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are tons and tons of studies out there that are showing people that people aren't wanting to see that perfection. They're wanting to see that you're a person. So, I mean, if you're thinking about this class, just start doing some reflection and figuring out who you really are and what parts of yourself you want to share and how you can show up today and not be perfect.
Yeah, you know what? But how do I change all this then?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Jurgen.
Oh.
He's turning himself red. You see that? It's like he says a comment and he's blushing himself.
Yep.
Hey, it's relatable.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Is it that time?
It is.
I feel like we're we did a quick one with Clayton, and I feel like we're moving it on. So this has been a nice little punch of information, and so I think it's time for us to say goodbye to this.
Oh! Actually, before we go, I had 2 things. First, happy birthday on Wednesday to Mickey Osborne, Transaction Coordination Assistant Extraordinaire. Darren Taylor's got his anniversary on Friday, I believe. And we also have today, Donna texted me along the way. It is National Margarita Day today. Viva Mexico in DuPont has got $5 margaritas all day. I don't know what the other specials are, but today is National Margarita Day. It is the day to get your fill.
Margarita Day. Or if your name is Margarita, it's your day.
Hey, Margarita. All right.
Okay. That's Macarena, right?
Yes. Macadamia. I don't know.
All right. Nora is going to take us out today on our baby Bold is going to take us out. And of course, this is just our proclamation, and this works really well into what Megan is talking about in our social media and branding, and and it's about being bold about who you are, and getting outside of your comfort zone, and sometimes being uncomfortable, or most of the time being uncomfortable means that's where we're going to grow. So we're going to make that proclamation, and Nora is going to take us out today.
Be bold.
Okay. Be bold.
All right, and let's do it one more time on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Be
bold.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye,
Okay.
Nora.
See you guys. Have a great
Thank you,
week.
Megan.